Hi guys, it's Dave again. This is going to be a really different kind of video today. It's called the Moronification of America. What is moronification? Moronification is anything that causes human beings to become morons. That's the evolution of, or de-evolution of the human species in America. This country is slowly being dumbed down. We're being less intelligent with, it seems like, with every generation. We're getting stupider and stupider and stupider. The things that we're taught in school have changed. The patriotism, they've even taken the American flag away from the Pledge of Allegiance out of schools. They've taken the Lord's Prayer out of schools. They're not allowing, I just saw the other day where high school football team marching band was banned from doing marches in the high school football arena, because it was September 11th, and to honor September 11th they came out with the marching band, and they had two American flags. One had a thin blue line for the police, one had a thin red line for the fire and rescue EMTs that were all lost in 9/11. Hundreds of firefighters, police were either killed there or died later from asbestos exposure and exposure to the chemicals. That's a whole nother topic. But the NFL, for example, with several key players have shown their butt to the point where they kneel for the national anthem. They kneel when there's an American flag present or anything like that. When they sing the national anthem, because they're sort of forced to by their fan base, then the football players want to be a bunch of big old crybabies with binkies in their mouth and kneel or sit down and look down instead of looking at the flag. There's no patriotism. It's just gone away. We've turned this country's young people into morons, idiots. It's borderline retardation. The retardation of America has happened, and it's happening more and more and more. It's being dumbed down. Our people are not as smart as they used to be. We are evolving because of this into socialism. There's a common misconception, and it's really elementary, it's really basic, it's really grade schoolish. People are under the assumption that because this is a democratic society, that you should be a Democrat. I'm not kidding. They think that. They honestly think that because this is a democratic society that you should just automatically be a Democrat. Well, it fits society, right? No. No, children, it doesn't fit society. Being a Democrat has absolutely nothing to do with a democratic society. Let me, for those of you who are not as smart as a fifth grader or a first grader or a kindergartner, let me explain this to you. The difference between a democratic society and being a Democrat. When I was a kid, your age, being a Democrat was a good thing. Being a JFK supporter was a great thing. JFK was a wonderful president, and the reason that he was assassinated, was because he was about to expose a bunch of lies and corruption and misconception about politics in this country. And they knew that. So they hired a hitman. And he became the scapegoat for the man to take out John F. Kennedy. To stop that. Just like if there was a guy that invented a hydrogen fuel cell car that was able to drive this dune buggy from New York to LA without gasoline, just on hydrogen fuel cell and a water-powered car. His name was Dr. Stanley Meyer. They assassinated him because big oil was going to be so affected by, economically, because of what he had invented. Hydrogen fuel cell technology is now becoming a topic 35, 40 years later. It's being looked at again because it was a wonderful idea, and it does work. That's why we're going to electric automobiles and automated transportation, because people are too friggin' stupid to drive automobiles. You're too friggin' lazy to look over your shoulder and see if somebody's next to you before you switch lanes. You think because you turn on your turn signal that you automatically have the right of way. Guess again, moron. You don't have the right of way. Being a Democrat is equivalent to being a socialist. Now, it's changed. Being a Democrat is now being a communist. It's changed. Being a Democrat is now being a leftist. It's changed. It's not an honorable thing. It's not patriotic, and it's not good for America. It's extremely poisonous to America, especially when you're dealing with an America that is mentally affected by brainwashing, by the Democratic presidents that we've had in here that have nearly destroyed this country. You think being a Democrat so great? Then why, during the Obama administration, did we lose our health care program? Why did we lose? We were forced into buying Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act. Yeah, bullshit. That's not affordable care. It's not. It was. We were cheaper and better off paying our own premiums to insurance companies and carrying our own medical insurance rather than having it shoved down our throat, just like a socialist country would do. If a socialist government wants you to do something, you either do it or you die. If the Chinese government decides they want you to have national health care, which they do, you either do it or you die. And in those countries that have socialized medicine, ask Canada, they'll tell you, the care is horrible. The wait times are horrible. The care given is horrible. The choice of doctors is non-existent. There's a big difference between being a Democrat, which if you are a Democrat, you're not my friend at all. Even if you don't understand what being a Democrat is, just by voting Democrat, you cannot be friends with me. You and I have nothing to talk about. We have this to talk about. That's what we have to talk about. Any of my friends on Facebook, family on Facebook who are Democrats, please unfriend me. Don't bother me with your bullshit anymore. I don't want anything to do with you. I never did. I never will. And I literally have a strong dislike in my heart for you. I can't be very forgiving about people who want to harm God in any way, which you're trying to take God out of America. You'd close the churches if you could. American dislike for things that are patriotic, like playing the national anthem at a sporting event, or NASCAR. I'll never see another NASCAR race as long as I live. Never. I'll never watch another NFL football game as long as I live. Never, 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 never. Because you have ruined it. You've become socialist, and you've ruined it. Gotta smoke. Sorry. Okay. Now they attack President Trump. They have attacked him over and over and over ever since he was running for president in 2016. They've been attacking him. This man has never taken a salary. His salary goes right back in the National Treasury, U.S. Treasury, because he refuses a salary. He's never taken a dime from America. It's not about money. It's about doing the right thing for America. This man is an American hero, an icon. He's the Abe Lincoln of modern age. Abe Lincoln, by the way, for you people that splash paint for BLM all over his statue, was the man that freed the slaves. He had more to do with it than anybody. He freed the slaves, but yet you threw paint on his statue because you don't understand. You're uneducated, you're ignorant, and you're a moron. Trump has achieved national economic security for this country in 4 years that cannot be rivaled. We've never seen growth like we did under Trump's administration. We've never seen industry coming back, contrary to Barack Obama's prediction. We've never seen industry coming back to America like we have in the last 4 years. We've never seen more American jobs, American industry, American companies staying in America and opening new factories and giving new jobs like we have in the last 4 years. Trump's not the problem. The people attacking Trump is the problem. That's a serious problem. They even blame President Trump for COVID-19. It's his fault. He caused it. His inaction, his not doing nothing, has caused so many American deaths. Bullshit. This man has made sure that America led the world in testing and research and equipment. We've given the equipment to other countries that need it sorely. Our allies and people who are not our allies that need that technology. They need that medical equipment for COVID-19 in the fight. They need to test. They got them. We do everything we can, humanitarian-wise, to help anybody who needs help. That's our job. Trump has done more to prevent the spread and stop COVID-19 than he could have ever been expected to do. He's a wonderful, awesome president and has been since day one. Our economic growth, we gave the stimulus package. There was talk of a second stimulus package. It didn't happen. But everybody said, well, if you do that, you're just destroying the American economy. Yes, again, Einstein. America's economy is very strong still to this day, even after giving the stimulus package money to people who sorely needed it. And it's still growing. It's still growing. It's coming back. Yeah, we got hurt bad during this shutdown and the COVID-19 epidemic. It hurt us bad financially, but it's coming back. It's growing. Look at the stock exchange. Look at the numbers. Look at the national economy growth charts. You'll see that experts will tell you that it is coming back. And when COVID-19 is stopped, and when President Trump is reelected, which he will be, it's going to improve even more. Our economic growth is not going to be stopped unless Joe Biden were elected. Joe Biden is an Alzheimer's dementia patient. He does not have the mental acuity and ability to be the president of the United States. He can't even give a presidential speech because his memory capability is not that he could do so without a teleprompter. He's not able to do this. This is all in the master plan to dismantle America. If Joe Biden is elected, your next president will be Kamala Harris, because within days or weeks of becoming elected president, Joe Biden will be kicked out for mental instability, mental incapacity, and his health will take a decided turn, and they will kick him out and appoint which shall have no choice, Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is a leftist communist. Plain and simple. She wants defunding the police. She wants defunding the military. She wants America to lay down and die. This lady was elected by the DNC, who is funded by Black Lives Matter, by the way. All of the Black Lives Matter money that when you go to Black Lives Matter website and put in a donation funnels right back to the DNC, which funnels right back to the huge hundreds of millions of dollars they're spending on erroneous, fraudulent, lying TV commercials to re-elect or to elect Joe Biden. That's what they want. They want you to think you're voting for Joe Biden. No, you're not. You're voting for Kamala Harris. Know and understand that. If you elect Joe Biden, Kamala Harris is your next president. I'm all for a female president, a black president. I have no problem with that. I didn't have any problem with Obama other than he was a effing Democrat. But he showed his true colors, didn't he? And you can disagree, we can disagree, we just can't be friends and disagree about that. There's two things that I don't tolerate. I don't tolerate being friends with a Democrat, and I don't tolerate people who do things against God Almighty or who alienate God Almighty from society in any way whatsoever. You can choose not to go to church, that's fine. I don't go to church on a regular basis, but I pray every day. I'm praying hard for people right now. I'm praying hard for America right now. But this is the Moronification of America. That's what it's all about. You can't, if your house gets broke into and somebody takes your baby daughter out of the house, who are you going to call? The police? Not if you defund them. Who are you going to call? Ghostbusters? What kind of fantasy island do you think you live on? If I see a cop eating dinner, I'm buying him dinner. If I see a veteran eating dinner alone, I'm buying him dinner. Because I honor his oath. Whether he does or not, it's beside the point. It's not my object, it's not my job to be judge, jury, and executioner for all of America. I try to mind my own business and stay out of people's way and try not to offend people. But you know what? If you're a Democrat and you're offended by this video, all I can say is F you a lot. F you straight to hell, because you are part of the Moronification of America. Think about it, people. Think about what's being pulled over your eyes. Think about how you're going to be led into communism if you continue this trend. You know, we lost, well, $800 million worth of buildings and damage from the BLM riots. And at an NFL football game, they knelt for the American anthem, and they honored BLM. These people are being heralded as heroes, and a child rapist was heralded as a hero. But the people who are protecting this country, the military and the police, the firefighters and the EMTs in this country, are made fun of. And they're defunding them. If your wife or husband has a stroke, you're going to call an EMT, right? Or are you just going to let it happen and hope they live through it? If they don't, oh well. At least you got to be in a socialist country, right? Well, I'm here to tell you, it's not going to happen. This country will never bow into socialism. Vladimir Putin said, communism has never worked for Mother Russia. It's never worked anywhere in this world the way it was originally thought it would. If it was up to him, Russia would not have reverted back to a communist society or socialist society. It would have been a democracy the way it was for a very short time. A democracy is a government where the government officials are appointed by the people, voted for by the people. All officials like congressmen, senators, governors, mayors, sheriffs, everything is an elected official where people can vote people in that they want and vote against people they don't want. That's a democratic society. It has nothing to friggin' do with being a Democrat. You stinking horrible moron. Don't think this is crap. Don't think what I'm saying should be taken with a grain of salt as some crazy veteran. This is happening to America, and it needs to stop. I'm voting for President Trump in 2020. Absolutely. I would not miss it if I had to crawl to the poll, and I will not vote by mail because that's riddled with fraud opportunities. If I have to crawl to the poll in a bodysuit and face mask to vote in person, I will do that. President Trump, I will see you at the poll. Don't be brain dead. Don't be a brainwashed American. Don't let the Moronification of America control you and the way you think. God bless y'all. This is Dave, and I wish you all the best. And please don't let the Moronification of America happen any further than it already has. This is enough. That's enough. Peace out.